When the Narcissist hurts you, confuse him like this. Motivational speech, Tony Robbins style. Ladies and gentlemen, warriors of life, listen up. There comes a time when you face a challenge that isn't just physical. It's emotional, psychological, and deeply personal. You've been hurt. You've been manipulated. You've been made to question your worth by someone who thrives on control. Someone who gets off on making you feel small. I'm talking about narcissists. They come in all forms. Partners, friends, bosses, even family. And if you've ever been in their crosshairs, you know the pain. They twist reality, play mind games, and make you feel like the problem. But today you take your power back. Today, you confuse them in a way they never saw coming. Are you ready? Starve their ego. Go silent, go strong. A narcissist feeds off your reactions. They want your anger, your tears, your pain. It fuels them. So you know what you do? Nothing. You stop explaining. You stop defending. You stop playing their game. Silence is your secret weapon. When they expect a fight, give them peace. When they expect you to beg, walk away. That's silence. That's power. Master your emotions. Don't let them push your buttons. Go up. Become who they fear. Narcissists hate growth. They want you weak, insecure, doubting yourself. So you do the opposite. You invest in yourself. You build your confidence. You get in the best shape of your life, physically, mentally, emotionally. Nothing confuses them more than seeing you rise when they expected you to break. Doing their access block, unique availability. Detach. A narcissist will try to hoover you back in using guilt, charm, or fake apologies. Do not fall for it. Cut their access to your mind, heart, and life. Block them. Delete their number. If you can't remove them physically, remove them emotionally. The less they affect you, the more powerless they become. Change the story. Reclaim your narrative. They tried to define you, make you feel worthless, but here's the truth. You decide your worth. Rewrite your story. Instead of I was a victim, say, I was tested and I overcame. Instead of they broke me, say, they made me unbreakable. Own your narrative, because the second you do, their grip on you shatters. Build a life they can't touch. Happiness, success, inner peace. That's the kryptonite to a narcissist. They want you obsessed with them, stuck in their world. So move on with massive action. Build a life so rich, so fulfilling, that their presence becomes irrelevant. There's no greater revenge than thriving. Forgive, but never forget. Listen to me. This isn't about excusing what they did. This is about freeing yourself. Forgive so you don't carry their poison, but never forget the lesson. Never forget the strength you gained. Never forget that you walked through fire and came out a warrior. The best payback is power. You don't win against a narcissist by fighting them. You win by rising so high they can't reach you. You win by becoming untouchable, unshakable, unstoppable. So great stuff here, not to be good at that. So take a deep breath, stand tall, and let today be the day you stop reacting and start owning your power. Silence is power. Don't erase, don't explain, don't engage. The first instinct when someone attacks you, disrespects you, or tries to manipulate you is to respond. You want to explain, to defend yourself, to prove them wrong. That's human nature. But when you're dealing with a narcissist, every word you say is a weapon they will twist against you. Every reaction you give feeds their power. You have to break that cycle. Imagine you're a boxer in the ring, and every time you swing at them, you get hit back harder. What if, instead, you stepped back, dropped your hands, and stopped engaging? What happens? They swing at the air, they get frustrated, they lose their grip. That's what silence does to a narcissist. A narcissist thrives on drama. They need your reactions like oxygen. They provoke you to get an emotional response because that response gives them control. The moment you stay silent, they panic. They wonder why their usual tactics aren't working. They start to doubt their own power. That's where you win. Silence isn't weakness. Silence is strategy. It's strength in its purest form. Think about the most powerful people in the world. They don't waste time arguing. They don't explain themselves to people who don't deserve their energy. They let their actions do the talking. And you must do the same. Next time they insult you, belittle you, or try to drag you into their chaos, try this. Pause. Take a breath and say nothing. Let them sit in their own mess without your participation. That's when they start losing their grip. You'll notice something incredible when you start doing this. They will escalate. They'll try harder to get a reaction. They might use guilt, anger, or even fake kindness to pull you back in. But don't fall for it. Every time you hold your silence, you confuse them. You show them that their tricks no longer work. They might call you cold. They might say you've changed. Let them. Because that change, that's your growth. That's your power. That's you reclaiming control over your life. When you stop feeding the monster starves. And when the monster starves, it loses its power. You don't have to fight them. You don't have to prove anything. You simply remove the energy they rely on. This doesn't mean you suppress your feelings. It doesn't mean you don't acknowledge what's happening. It means you stop handing your power to someone who doesn't deserve it. It means you take all that energy you would have wasted on them and invest it in yourself. Instead of explaining yourself, use that energy to build something. Instead of defending yourself, use that time to work on your future. Instead of reacting, stay grounded in your purpose. Every moment wasted in their world is a moment stolen from yours. The best way to win is to make them irrelevant. The best revenge is living a life so strong, so fulfilling, that they no longer matter. Silence isn't just about ignoring them. It's about shifting the power dynamic completely. It's about showing them without a word that they don't control you anymore. And when you do that, that's when you truly become untouchable. Control your emotions, master yourself, and they lose control over you. A narcissist is a master at pushing buttons. They know exactly what words to say, what actions to take, and what mind games to play to make you explode. And once you explode, they win, because now they can call you crazy. They can play the victim. They can make you question yourself. But what if their tricks no longer worked? What if instead of reacting, you remained calm? What if instead of yelling, you smiled? What if instead of breaking down, you stood taller? That's the moment they lose their power. Emotional control is the ultimate superpower. Think about it. If someone can make you angry, they control you. If they can make you sad, they control you. If they can make you doubt yourself, they control you. But when you master your emotions, when you become unshakable, you take back control of your life. The key is awareness. The next time a narcissist provokes you, don't react immediately. Pause. Observe what they're doing. Realize that this is a game they played 100 times before. And then choose your response. Or better yet, choose not to respond. When you do this, you'll notice something incredible. They start to panic. They don't know what to do when their usual tactics don't work. They might double down, but you stay solid. You stay grounded. Think of yourself as a rock in the middle of a storm. The wind howls, the rain pours, but you don't move. That's power, that's strength, that's what makes them fear you. The truth is, most people don't control their emotions. They let their emotions control them. They react without thinking. They let anger dictate their words. But you're different. You train yourself to stay calm under pressure. It's not about suppressing how you feel. It's about choosing when and where to express it. It's about knowing that just because someone throws bait at you doesn't mean you have to take it. When you control your emotions, you confuse them. When you stay calm, they get frustrated. When you refuse to play their game, they start to lose control. And that's when you win. You don't have to be a victim of their manipulation. You don't have to live in reaction mode. You can be the master of your mind, your emotions, and your life. So the next time they try to pull you into their storm, remember this: you are the calm, you are the peace. And no one has the power to shake you unless you let them. Master yourself, and you master everything. Level up, become the person they feared you'd become. A narcissist doesn't just hurt you because they can. They hurt you because deep down, they're afraid of you. Afraid of what? Afraid of the version of you that doesn't need them. Afraid of the version of you that's confident, thriving, and unstoppable. Afraid of the person you're meant to be. See, when they entered your life, they saw your potential. But instead of lifting you up, they made it their mission to keep you small. They planted seeds of doubt in your mind. They told you that you weren't enough, that you needed them, that without them, you'd fail. But guess what? They lied. The truth is, you have a power inside of you that they never wanted you to see, a strength they tried to bury under their manipulation, a fire they tried to extinguish. But today, that fire reignites. Today, you rise. It's time to level up, time to stop playing small, time to become the person you were always meant to be. And the best part, the moment you do, you don't even have to get revenge on them. Because your success, your happiness, your transformation, that's the ultimate payback. So how do you level up? You start by taking back control of your mind. You reprogram the way you think. You stop believing their lies and start believing in yourself. Every time they told you that you weren't smart enough, strong enough, good enough, you replace those words with the truth. Next, you invest in yourself. You work on your body, your mind, your spirit. You hit the gym, you eat right, you sharpen your skills, you learn something new. Because nothing confuses a narcissist more than seeing you grow when they expected you to stay broken. Then you set goals, big ones that make you excited to wake up in the morning. You focus on your future instead of your past. You pour your energy into your passions, your dreams, your purpose. And as you do this, something incredible happens. You stop thinking about them. And when that moment comes, when you wake up and realize that you don't care about them anymore, that's when you know you've won. That's when you know you've truly leveled up. You don't need their validation. You don't need their approval. You don't need to prove anything to them. The only person you need to impress is you. Every time they doubted you, use that as fuel. Every time they tried to break you, let that be your motivation. You don't rise in spite of them. You rise because of you. So the next time you think about them, don't think about what they did to you. Think about who you're becoming. Think about the power you're stepping into. Think about the unstoppable force that you are. Because that version of you, that's the person they always feared. And now there's nothing they can do to stop it. See their face, block, let them know, uncut and detach emotionally. One of the hardest things you'll ever do is walk away from someone who hurt you. Because even when you know they're toxic, even when you know they're bad for you, a part of you still craves their validation. That's how deep their manipulation runs. But if you want to win, if you want to heal, if you want to step into your power, you have to do something that terrifies them. You have to cut them off completely. No explanations, no long goodbyes, no last conversations where you hope they'll finally understand. Just black. Sakachia. A narcissist doesn't deserve a front row seat to your life. They don't deserve to know what you're doing, how you're feeling, or whether you still think about them. The more access they have, the more opportunities they have to pull you back in. And trust me, they will try. They'll send that "I miss you" text. They'll pretend they've changed. They'll act like they finally see your worth. But it's not real, it's bait. And the moment you take it, they'll drag you back into their cycle. So you have to be ruthless. You have to shut the door and lock it. You have to remind yourself that you don't owe them closure. You don't owe them an explanation. You don't owe them anything. Cutting off a narcissist isn't just about blocking their number. It's about cutting the emotional cord. It's about training yourself to stop checking their social media, to stop wondering if they're thinking about you, to stop replaying old memories. Because every time you go back, even just in your mind, you're giving them power. And you're done with that. You're moving forward. You're stepping into a life that's bigger, better, and brighter than anything they ever allowed you to see. And in that life, they have no place. It might hurt at first. It might feel uncomfortable. But the moment you truly let go, that's the moment you're free. Oh, I read it. Take back control of your narrative. Nativists, a narcissist's greatest weapon isn't just their words or their manipulation. It's the way they rewrite your story while you're still living it. They plant lies in your mind. They tell you who you are, what you're worth, what you can and can't do. And if you hear it enough, you start to believe it. But let me tell you something powerful. You are not their story. You are not the weak, broken person they tried to make you. You are not their version of you. You are so much bigger than that. Right now, you have a choice. You can keep replaying their words in your head, letting them define you, or you can take the pen back and rewrite the entire damn story. And this time, you write it your way. You start by erasing the lies. Every time they made you feel small, you replace that with truth. I am strong. I am capable. I am worthy. You don't just say these words, you live them. You embody them. Next, you shift your focus from victim to victor. You're not someone who got destroyed by a narcissist. You're someone who survived a narcissist. You're someone who walked through the fire and came out stronger. That's not weakness, that's power. You stop defining yourself by what they did to you, and you start defining yourself by what you do next. You let go of the past, not because it didn't matter, but because your future matters more, and you take full ownership of your life. No more blaming them, no more waiting for closure, no more hoping they'll change. You are in control now. You decide where your story goes. You set new goals, you create new dreams, you step into a version of yourself that would terrify them because it's the version they never wanted you to become. And here's the best part. Once you rewrite your story, they lose all power over you. Because the only reason they ever had power was that they convinced you that you were someone you're not. But now you know the truth. Now you are the author. And they're just a footnote in a chapter you've already closed. Build a life they can't touch. Focus on your happiness and success. If you really want to confuse a narcissist, don't argue with them. Don't seek revenge. Don't waste your energy trying to make them feel what they made you feel. Instead, do the one thing they never expected. Build a life they can't touch. A narcissist wants you broken. They want you stuck. They want you obsessed with them, replaying the pain, questioning yourself, wasting your energy on them. So you do the opposite. You shift all that energy into creating something amazing. You start focusing on your goals. You take the dream that you once put on hold and make it a reality. You work on your mind, your body, your spirit. You make self-improvement your new addiction. Every morning you wake up with purpose. You train harder, you learn more, you push yourself beyond your limits. And as you grow, something incredible happens. You stop thinking about them. And when I see a man act like an ass, be a fucking bitch, like whatever your last example of adjective as a, you stop caring about what they're doing. You stop wondering if they miss you because you're too busy building something bigger than them. Your success, your joy, your peace, that's what they can't stand. They want you miserable. They want you looking back. But when you're too busy moving forward, they become irrelevant. You don't have to prove anything to them. You don't have to show them you're happy. Just be happy. Just be successful. And soon their name will mean nothing to you. And that is how you truly win. Forgive, but never forget. Let go of the pain, but keep the lesson. Forgiveness isn't about letting them off the hook. It's about letting yourself off the hook. It's about freeing yourself from the poison they left inside you. Because as long as you hold on to anger, as long as you hold on to resentment, they still have power over you. But here's the thing. There's a difference between forgiving and forgetting. You forgive for your peace. You let go of the pain because you deserve to be free. But you never forget the lesson. You never forget what they showed you about manipulation, about control, about the way people can pretend to be something they're not. You never forget the red flags. You never forget how it felt, because that knowledge, that's your armor. Forgiveness isn't weakness, it's power. It's standing in your strength and saying, you don't control me anymore. It's deciding that their actions don't get to define the rest of your life. And once you do that, you become unstoppable. You become untouchable, because they could break the old you, but this new version is bulletproof. You walk forward, not with hate, but with wisdom, not with anger, but with clarity. You take the lesson and you use it to build a life so incredible, they wouldn't even recognize you if they saw you. And that is how you rise. That is how you win. Take back your power. Become unstoppable. You don't beat a narcissist by fighting them. You beat them by outgrowing them. You beat them by becoming everything they never wanted you to be. You beat them by making them irrelevant. So stand tall, walk forward, and never look back, because the future, that belongs to you. You, unbreakable. Look at where you are right now. Look at everything you've been through, the pain, the manipulation, the self-doubt, everything they tried to use against you. And yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still fighting. That's not weakness. That's power. You see, a narcissist never expected you to wake up. They never thought you'd see through their games. They counted on you staying stuck, staying broken, staying under their control. But what they didn't realize is that every time they tried to break you, they were only forging something stronger inside you. And now you rise. Now you step into your power. Now you become the version of yourself they feared the most. The version that doesn't need them, doesn't miss them, doesn't even think about them. This is your moment. This is your turning point. Right now you decide, no more explaining, no more reacting, no more giving your energy to someone who never deserved it. From this moment forward, your focus is you, your growth, your happiness, your success. Because the best revenge, it's not anger, it's not getting even. It's becoming so strong, so fulfilled, so unstoppable that they become a distant memory in a life that is too big, too bright, too incredible for their darkness to ever reach again. So take back your power, build a life they can't touch. Walk away, not with bitterness, but with wisdom. And when they look back, confused, wondering why their tricks don't work anymore, wondering why you don't react, wondering why they no longer have a hold on you, smile. Because that's when you know you won. Now go, be great, be unstoppable, be free.